Good morning, Professor. My name is Vishali, and here I represent the summary of Capstone Part 1, 2, and 3. So, in first slide, I explain the summary of my part 1 capstone. So, in the part 1 capstone, describe the definition of hand hygiene. So, what is hand hygiene? Hand hygiene is the process of cleaning our hand with the soap or any alcohol rub to prevent ourselves from any type of infection such as nosocomial infection or any hospital acquired infection. So, the second one is there are several causes that occur because barriers in the proper cleaning of hands, such as malfunctioning in the hospital, not proper utilization of all equipment, and not proper functioning of the dispenser, and there is a not proper supplies of the dispenser like sanitizer, alcohol rub in the hospital, that create a main obstacles in the proper hygiene process, hand hygiene process. And there are several steps of hand hygiene, such as first of all, rinse our hand with the plain water and then apply soap on our hand, rub our hand, palm, back of the hand, and clean our finger clockwise and anti-clockwise. So the next one is the role of a nurse as a leader. So there are several type of role of a nurse as a leader. So first of all, nurses provide a health education to the staff member as well as to the people who are coming in the hospital or stay in the hospital, or also provide a knowledge to the staff who are newly recruited in the hospital. So they do audit daily, and they manage and maintain all the equipment such as sanitizer, alcohol, rubs, and soap, etc. So the study which was conducted in this capstone was a study was conducted in a different Ontario hospitals, including 7 universities and 5 community teaching hospitals, to monitor the hand movement through electronic hand hygiene monitoring system before and after pandemic. So as a result, the conclusion of this result is that the hand hygiene was improved after installation of hand hygiene monitoring system. So the next slide. So the next slide is the part 2 summary. So in this part 2, explain the role of a nurse as a future Canadian healthcare leader to resolve the hand hygiene. So the role of nurse is the same. Like they provide a health educations to the people who are visited in the hospital, provide a proper knowledge about the technological advancement and the devices to the newly recruited staff members in the hospitals, and they do audit daily and maintain proper utilization of all equipment and all soap, sanitizer, maintain proper schedulings of all the material related to hand hygiene. So a quality improvement study was conducted in the different units of the hospitals of Ontario for the introduction of the hand hygiene monitoring system. So the main purpose of the introduction of these system is to provide proper knowledge and provide knowledge about the advancement of the technology to the staff member as well as to all the patient and the relative and who are stayed in the hospital. So change theory by lipid was also used to implement this system, as well as working plan was also developed. In the working plan, nurses provide an introduction about the electronic hand hygiene monitoring system to all staff member in the hospital, which take at least 2 days in a week. So the next step is nurse as a leader conduct a seminar, any teaching session to provide a knowledge to the staff. And the last but not least step is to take a feedback from the staff members. Okay. So the next slide is a part 3 summary of my capstone. So in part 3, I explain the positive result of applying electronic hand hygiene monitoring system. So the positive result is always like a good result. Like if we install a electronic hand hygiene monitoring system in the hospital, so the hand hygiene is improved, which protect every every person in the hospital from any type of infection. The plan was adapted through various ways and obstacles which hinder it. At the end, action were taken to be resolved and resources used to be implemented. This, like in this, like every staff members in the hospital wear a wedges, and these equipment, electronic device, hand hygienic devices should be placed on the door of any hospital ward. So if any staff member enter in the room without improper hand hygiene, then the siren was be very loudly, which is the sign that the staff member is not clean their hand properly, which uh, also guide every staff member to clean their hand properly. So next one is the role of nurse. So there are different type of role of nurse. So nurse also act as like a supervisor in this capstone, like they supervise the infrastructure of the hospital. If the infrastructure of the hospital is not up to date, so the hospital is not able to install electronic hand hygiene monitoring system into their ceiling. So nurse, if the result is positive, if the nurse supervisor result is positive, then nurse ask the higher authority to install this equipment into their ceiling. If the results are negative, then they deactivate this equipment. So nurses also contact so many higher authority to provide too much money to for the installation of these devices. Thank you. So the next slides are regarding the reference. These are the reference from where I took this all material. Thank you.